Okay, so one thing amazing about beans is that they're fast turn crops and you can plant them multiple times in a season. In fact, it's preferred that you do so that you can maximize your harvest. And beans are a determinate species as well. They're going to yield as many beans as they're going to yield, then they're going to be done. So again, you want to stay on top of when you're harvesting, the cycles of harvest, how long the window is, and you're going to be, you need to be vigilant so you can remove the beans and replant as needed. So I'm going to show you how to take your bed, your 10 by 10, and basically flip it. Again, when we take plants that are from the soil, we don't want to go take them to the compost. We can, but we don't want to treat them as waste either, right? So composting is one way to harvest the energy, but we want to work smarter, not harder. In us tilling the land or plowing through the land, we want to make sure we're pouring back into the earth, and that plowing should only happen one time. One time. We don't come back and plow or till at all again. So from this process forward is going to be more of a regenerative aspect. So with that being said, we got our handy dandy stirrup hoe, or AKA action hoe. My kids already had harvested all the beans. Yes, there are still some flowers on some of these beans, but they're few and far in between. I'm ready to go ahead and plant again so I can take full advantage of our season. So with the action hoe, I'm literally just going to come through and gently remove all the plant matter that's in this area. Again, I can go forward or I can rake it backwards to me. Either way, it works. I'm getting rid of everything that's in this area. Okay, after I have opened my area up, or excuse me, after I have cleaned my area up, I'm going to go ahead and take my spaded shovel and I'm going to go ahead and start to dig down and set some soil to the side. And basically, I'm just making a trench, right? The goal is to replace what we take out. Best way to do that is to put back the things that we grow, put those back into the soil. So I made a nice sized trench, and what I'm going to do is simply take the greens that I just harvested from the area. I'm going to put them back in. Even if I have some green beans that I forgot to harvest or it looks like the kids have missed, I can now take those and harvest them, or I can simply put them in as well. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to give our microbes and our our bug friends more to eat on. Now I can't let these go. I got to have them. But these little guys, they can go, not a problem. So all the minerals that were consumed by the plants in exchange for their sugar at the root level now have come to the foliar level, and now we're putting them right back in the soil. And this is how we build our soil after we till. So we don't have to do any more tilling. Again, I'm throwing in everything that we took out or that we just harvested, even grasses. And if you have too much, like me, I might save some of this for another spot. So you don't have to put it all the way in there, all back in there, but as much as you can. And you can break it up or not. I'm showing y'all the realest way to do it. All right. And now I'm simply just going to cover my hole back up. Doing it this way adds a natural aeration cycle to our beds because we just moved the soil around. Now, this is the main thing. We just disturbed the soil, basically, right? And now the microbes that we dug up and flipped over, they might be exposed right now. So what we want to do is never leave our soil bare like this, even if you plan to plant again. What you want to do is either A, if you have wood chips available, you can cover this with wood chips. You can organize your mound, create it, then cover it with wood chips. Or B, what I like to do is take shredded leaves and I'll sprinkle them right on top. That way we give some cover, at least like a skin layer to our mound. So what I'm going to do is now take grass clippings. They're not dried or anything, but I'm going to take grass clippings and basically place them on top. Again, adding a skin layer. This can be done with either wood chips again or shredded up leaves. This just seems to be the easiest way because again, we're in August. The rain is coming, the heat is here, the grass has got to be cut every week. We might as well use what nature is providing. So this is again how we turn into a regenerative practice. We only have to hit the land once with that BCS tractor because we're in this Georgia clay, but from there on, we're adding amendments to our soil. Even as we cover the soil, it's still a living amendment that can house thousands of microbes, millions of microbes. Say you're ready to plant immediately. Either you're transplanting a tomato or pepper plant or something else, or let's say you're doing beans. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can reintroduce your seeds or your plants back into the same soil in no time. So with a tomato plant, we know it's more of a heavy feeder, right? So what we want to do is take our trowel or our garden shovel. We want to make a nice hole, right, similar to the size of the tomato plant that we're putting in. So that needs to be a little bit deeper. I'm going to make a nice hole right in my same row. I got some rabbit manure here. I'm going to go ahead and use this good healthy scoop rabbit manure in the hole. And now I can go ahead and take my tomato plant and literally introduce it into the hole, cover it back up, and give it a firm tap in. And that's how I can plant again. And if I want to plant something like beans, what I'm going to do, again, my rabbit manure, I'm going to take it and sprinkle because beans don't need that much. So the same amount that was needed for one tomato plant can be used for all the beans. I'm going to take one trowel full and sprinkle it around. Then I'm going to take my soil and cover this whole area. Okay, and for the beans, this is what we'll end up looking like. Again, I spread that soil all over the top. And I go ahead and put my beans again at 4-inch intervals. And I zigzag them all the way down. And as you can see, the green grass is still right there, our grass clippings. And what I do is I just take my digit and I just press them in lightly. So the soil doesn't have to be thick, just enough to cover the beans. Now I've just replanted my beans in my same row. So that's how you can transplant a plant into the ground or sow seeds directly.